Okay, so hi everybody. Welcome Osmarie back from the retreat last week. You had a great time, I hear.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're from. Yes, I'm happy to be back. Sorry for being absent last week, but I was busy organizing next level personal transformation retreat in the south of Portugal. It was great. It was amazing.
Awesome. So today we are on getting onto the topic of understanding what it is to be a healer and what healing is actually about, right? Because over the years, what I've discovered is what people understand as what healing is and what a healer is or does is grossly misunderstood. I'm not sure if this is something that you've come across as well.
True. I just actually did a quick Google search what heal means. Let's start from the start so we are all at the same level.
Uh-huh.
So it says verb heal, to become sound or healthy again. So that's what heal means, to become sound or healthy again.
Yeah.
So relating to our topic, healing, healer, healing to become sound and healthy again. Healer is somebody who helps you to become sound and healthy again. Basic definition.
Absolutely correct. And and that's well and good, that's fine. I think people understand that. But what a lot of people don't understand is you as the person going to acquire some healing or get some healing. What is your responsibility? Yeah, people as a somebody that is in pain or whatever reason you feel you need some healing, we see ourselves as something less. We see ourselves as, I need to go and find somebody that can help me because I believe I need help, right?
I think let's establish one thing first, like just to be clear. Everybody has the capacity and capability to heal. We are all capable to heal ourselves.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's the other half of the story that people don't actively realize or don't actually want to acknowledge. So there's two
Yeah,
different camps of people, right? There's those that know that but don't want to do the work, so they go to somebody else to help them. And there's also those people that don't know that and then go for that help. So I think there's definitely two distinct groups when it comes to healing.
yeah. I guess we have the capacity and capability to heal ourselves, and that we can do, but sometimes we need help because it requires a different skill.
Yes.
And as you said, it's awareness that you have the capacity to heal, but then sometimes you just a different level of skill to heal you. And those there are people as well that they think they are not capable to heal themselves. That's why they seek help from other people.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we think about what you just said, one aspect is about awareness, lacking awareness. The other half, the other problem is self-empowerment. We don't believe that. So there's two
Yeah,
aspects, right? So we need to drill down into both those aspects. And as you and I both know, that's a rabbit hole that goes down really, 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 really deep, right? Into developing awareness, as we've spoken about this before, and also about self-empowerment, personal empowerment, yeah, which is I think everybody's mission is to achieve that.
exactly. I think it's good to establish that yes, we are all capable to heal, but then there are also people who are specialized that can specialize in terms of healing who can help you. For example, for me, when I do my healing sessions, energy healing sessions, I always tell my clients that they can heal to the extent they are capable to heal and they allow themselves to heal.
Mhm.
I can see information to the extent that they are ready to receive.
Yeah,
And I can do the work, but what I do is just to channel energies. The rest they have to do.
absolutely.
It's not something like I go to a healer, she's gonna heal me. It doesn't work like that.
Absolutely. And that's the biggest problem. People, they hear the word, oh, well, we're going to a healer. And this is what they think, right? Outright. This is what people say. And unfortunately, there are still people out there that are still advertising that, saying, come to me, I can heal you. Do they really understand the mechanics? And that's where we have to start talking about how it actually all works. Because the healer doesn't only just channel energy, right? The healer does everything, many things.
Yeah.
Connecting with the person, compassion, love, acceptance, all those things come into even just talking to someone helps them to heal.
Yeah. I think like one of the basic role, or when you go to a healer, because you know there's something wrong about you. You feel that something is off.
Yeah.
What a healer, like the basic, what a healer can do is to help you understand what what is wrong with you. So in terms of diagnosis, it's like a doctor. You go to a doctor, they examine you, you undergo to different tests to understand what's really wrong with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other aspect on top of that is when you go to a healer, you have already chosen that path. So you have taken the first step towards healing. But along that way, understanding how it works will actually then empowers you to complete that process. And as you say, the healer is there to actually help you to gain awareness about what is the problem, how can I fix that? And in that conversation, in that discussion, in that session, the healer is helping you to choose to heal yourself. You're giving permission to yourself to heal yourself because of that understanding, because of that connection, because of that new level of awareness.
The healer is actually helping you with your self empowerment, with the knowledge and information that you receive, and the tools and techniques that you will do on your own.
Absolutely. And that's what it's about. And I think it's very important for healers to actually know this and to explain that to their clients.
Yeah. And like it's something that I always have to say, because you go to somebody, whether it's spiritual healer, doctor, whatever, you have to do your part. It's not gonna be magic that something will just heal you. I think this is something that needs to be really clear. And I think that's our message for today. Nobody can unblock you. Nobody can heal you. It's you who heals yourself. The people, the healer outside of yourself are just there to help you, give you information, tools, and technique that will help in your healing process.
Yeah. And as you quite rightly say, we can describe that whole process as basically taking responsibility, right?
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people actually fail to do that, because it's not because they don't know how to. I think it's predominantly because they don't want to. They might not be ready to take responsibility. There may be something psychologically, mentally that's blocking them from allowing themselves to take that responsibility, because it can be quite a scary thing, right? Take responsibility.
I think it's more of like as well confidence, and the same time information or awareness, as you said. The information and awareness that you need to do the work, not somebody will do the work for you, and the confidence that you can do it.
Yeah. So it's that empowerment, right?
And
healers
and then it goes to responsibility, because once you are aware that you can do it. That's how it works. And once you have the confidence that you can actually do it, then you take the responsibility to actually execute it.
Yes, perfect. Yeah. So what we've just described is the multi-role of the healer. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not just about channeling energy. That's part of it, but it's not only that. It's encompasses many aspects.
true. One of it would be information.
Yeah.
The second one would be empowerment.
Yeah.
The third one would be, you keep on saying, channel energy.
Yeah.
And the fourth one, I'm just saying whatever comes to my mind, but there's a lot. The fourth one would be accompanying them or supporting them throughout the process, because we all need support.
And that's exactly right. And I think that's a big piece that we don't actively realize is that we need the support. What we're actually doing when we go to a healer, we're actually looking for support, right?
That's it.
And in doing that, we go in there, we're gaining awareness, we're gaining insight, we're gaining information, which helps us to feel supported. And then we feel confident, more empowered to then, okay, I can do this, I can heal myself now, right? Because I have that support.
Exactly. And that's the biggest misconception that, like, I think majority of people think that you go to a healer, you sit down, you're healed. No, you have to do the work yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
We
process.
are not God.
It's a journey, right? It's a journey.
It is. Whether it's a spiritual, emotional, mental, physical healing, you have to do the work. Nobody will do the work for you except you. And
Yeah, and as you say, we are not gods that can fix you, as well as we are not allowed to interfere
not
with your path, right? We are only here to
exactly.
support you in that healing. We cannot interfere.
It's all a personal journey.
Yeah,
And we are we are there to provide support as part of the journey to make it easier, better.
yeah.
And I don't know if I can say accelerate the process.
Well, absolutely, because if you give somebody information that gives them awareness, that accelerates their development because they
Yeah,
now have information that they didn't have before. So yes, so as healers, anybody that works in the spiritual industry, it doesn't matter what your discipline, you're a healer, right?
yeah.
Because you're helping people. And that's what it's about. It's assisting people, empowering people.
Can I just give an example?
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
probably to make it more concrete. So I have this client who has an issue with her past life, and I told her we did the healing, and so we just automatic during our last session, we just automatically went to her past life, and I've seen what happened in there. And then she sent me a message yesterday asking me, she's still awake, so I gave her the assignment to ask forgiveness because she did something in her past life. I'm not gonna go into details.
Yeah,
And then she said she finished the 10 days asking for forgiveness assignment. And then I also did the healing, which was kind of past life regression. And then she sent me a message yesterday and she told me she still feels guilty. And she feels like she developed a resistance to forgiveness. And then I told her, well, that means you still have a lot of work to do.
yeah,
It's not magic that it's just gonna disappear like that. It's actually an indication that you haven't released yourself from this karmic
yeah,
um, energy. So you still have to continue to do the work. And
absolutely.
that's exactly what I'm trying I think what we are trying to explain here.
Yeah,
Healer can help you see and gain information, create that awareness, but the rest is up to you to work and to take responsibility to really do the work so you can heal.
absolutely. And what you're describing, your example, and clearly is because of the work she's done with you, she now has awareness that she's struggling with forgiveness. Before, she didn't have that awareness, and now she has the awareness. So already there's a progression, right?
Yeah.
The next step is the acceptance, as you say, and then
Yeah,
transform that.
exactly. And I asked her because she did something in her past life which created this guilt, this guilty feeling. And in one of our healing sessions, I asked her, did you always feel guilty as a kid until now? And she said, yes. And she doesn't know why. And now she understands why. And
Yeah.
I guess that's the awareness and insights that we provide to people, so you know where to focus,
Yeah, where to
which
focus.
areas you need to work on. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And that's great. And that's a very good example of as much as you can do as somebody that helps people, empowers people, whether you call them a healer, spiritual coach, life coach, whatever it is, right? There's many labels, but essentially it's all the same work. And I think what we realize, and what you're realizing as well, is that we have several tools that we use, not just one aspect, right? That we deal with
Yeah.
many things. And it's to become an effective healer, if you want to call it that, you have to have experience in many, many areas to be able to complete the task that you're challenged with.
Because not every client is the same, not every individual journey is the same. It's the ability to pull the necessary tools and information to help that individual in their healing process.
Yeah. And I think the other important part, something that I found, is to be able to look back at your own life experiences and to be
Indeed.
able to help people and say, I remember experiencing something similar, and this is how I was able to resolve that. So again, that's also an important aspect to have. And this is why you won't find many young people as healers, because they don't have the depth of experience which you actually need to be able to inject wisdom information and to be able to help people at that level. People like examples, right? People like to hear, oh, you went through the same thing. And then that builds trust, because they know
Exactly.
that you had the same struggle, and here you are apparently healed from that struggle. So therefore, you must know what you're doing, right? So that's that trust that begins to build.
It's like, if I can give a simple example, it's like life coaching. I did certification in life transformation coaching. And everybody can take the certification and pass the certification. But as to how you use the certification is a different story.
Yeah.
Because I used to give life coaching, and I always, for a specific individual to understand what I'm saying, it needs to be a real life example that they can resonate with.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's exactly what you're saying, using your own experience as an example, because one, it makes more credibility. Second, they know it's proven, it really happened and it worked. And third, something that they can resonate because they can feel the authenticity in what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think once the person has achieved all those levels that you described, which we can package as trust, suddenly they then lower their guard. Yeah. And then they will say, okay, now I feel like I'm in a safe environment now.
Mm-hmm.
I can now go ahead and allow myself to be vulnerable. And therefore, in allowing myself to be vulnerable, I'm actually allowing myself to heal. So that's basically the cycle, I think, that we're describing.
Exactly. It's a step-by-step process. It doesn't come like automatic. But I believe the most important part is the awareness, the trust, taking responsibility,
Yeah.
and doing the work, of course, and finding somebody that you can really trust and you can resonate with, knowledge, energy, and experience wise.
Yeah. And this is one of the reasons why, if somebody's interested in one of my courses, I always insist on having a 30, 45-minute meeting first, so that we can talk like we're talking now, and that person can actually get to feel, I can trust this person, right? So I can trust what they're saying. I can trust them to help me, to guide me, and I can learn from this person because I trust them. So that's an important part. That in itself is a giving yourself permission to heal, permission to grow, right?
Exactly. I do the same. I always have discovery calls with my clients to explain how it's done and the process itself. Because also for me, for me it's always important to have this personality fit and energy fit.
Yeah.
The dynamics. Because otherwise, even if they want it, but if my style, my healing style, or my personality style, or their style doesn't fit, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's an important aspect to have. Yes, you might not get millions of clients, but there's an old adage that says you're only as good as your last client, right?
Indeed.
So it's important. And then when we look into that aspect, is like, what are we doing when we do that? Well, we're building integrity, right? Building integrity.
What it is to be honorable.
And I was just about to say, you're building what it is to be honorable because of that integrity level.
I read your mind.
Yeah. So
You
and,
channeled
and
the
that
energy.
and that's it. It's about, what does it do? Well, it guarantees that you stay on that path of truth, right?
Yeah,
And that's the
exactly.
only way you can help people, is by remaining on that path of truth. Otherwise, you're no good to anybody. So I think it's a
Indeed.
self-regulating standard.
So the bottom line of message for this podcast is we are all capable to heal. Bear that in mind.
Absolutely.
As to the extent what you're capable to heal, that's depending on your journey, your process, your willingness, and it would include as well belief.
Yeah. And also, I think you can probably add a level of awareness, right?
Yeah, level of awareness.
And this is why you go to a healer, is to gain, essentially to gain awareness.
Exactly. So healers are there to help you gain awareness, get insights, and give you the tools and techniques that would help you heal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the next level is, now, if you really want to heal, it's your responsibility when you use those tools, these techniques, these insights as part of your healing process.
Yeah. And then again, the healer is there to support you in that process.
And basically accelerate the entire process.
Absolutely. Without insight, without awareness, you're not going anywhere, right?
And empower you in your healing, to create that empowerment in you, so
Yeah.
you can absolutely heal yourself.
Yeah, correct. And the process, that journey is a process of empowerment, yeah, because as you do the work, you see the progression, and that's where the empowerment comes. That's where the belief in self comes.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that was a great example. I think it's going to help people to understand maybe a few things maybe they didn't consider previously.
Yeah. And if you want to book like this type of discovery calls to understand more how it works, you can check the link to our website to book discovery calls.
Yeah.
So you can basically understand what you have the personal level basis of what we're trying to describe here.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's something for you or not for you.
Something for healing purposes, or maybe if you are interested to find out or understand what you need to do to progress further. Yeah, that we can help you with that as well. So give you a few tips on what should I do next to evolve further. And I think many people are in that situation. I mean, even I'm in that situation. I'm sure you're in that situation as well. Everybody always wants to improve, right?
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes they think like they come to me and I'm gonna do the healing for all of them. I always if I get into that level, I would always tell them I'm not God. I cannot guarantee anything. I'm just here to help you with your healing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great. So I think we'll stop today, and I think we've had a successful in-depth discussion. We've discussed quite a few aspects, which
Yeah,
hopefully
and we do live sessions every Thursday wherein we answer questions. It's a Q&A and we discuss topic. You can always join us. The link to our Facebook page will also be here.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
if this is something that you are interested in, feel free to join our live.
Yeah, come and join our discussions. Okay, right. So thank you, Osmarie, for joining. It was great discussion once again.
Thank you so much.
And
Always a great discussion.
yeah, and then we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
All right, cheerio, guys.